basically Bourbon Blog now is in the heart of bourbon country on a station that stands for Bourbon Radio Time.
Well, yeah, we
This week.
This week anyway, or for the last week and this week. Yeah. I love bourbon, and I could think of a no better place.
You love bourbon?
Yeah.
You want to have some?
Huh?
You want to have some right now?
Well, why not?
Let's do it.
It's not.
You know what? It just so happens
You always.
that I'm loaded. I always carry a couple glasses with me, and I always carry some
The
bourbon.
beauty of cargo pants. I don't know what you got on.
I have some. Do you like Johnny Drum?
Yeah.
It's a nice one.
You call it the stock tag.
So I think, to me it always, when I'm on the radio, bourbon can enhance
Yes.
radio.
The conversation.
I've actually been doing, here we go. I've been doing radio about half my life. I DJ for a station in Evansville called WIKY. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh yeah. Know the family
Part
that
of the
owns
time.
it.
Do you? Do you know Thinglebrooks? Very cool.
Yeah. Now I get more education the longer I'm here, but they say, a little water, a little ice in the bourbon is supposed to release something. Do you notice we didn't drop any ice or any water
We're
into
just
it?
doing it straight.
Yes.
I do like rock sometimes, and I like a little waters to open it up, depending on what the proof is.
Yeah.
Like this, there's Knob Creek's going to do a single barrel. It's going to be released in about a month or two, I think a couple months, and it's going to be barrel proof just like the Booker's, and it's going to be up there. I think it's going to be 60-70%. It's going to be pretty strong, but I think it'll be really good. I mean, it'll be really good.
Yeah.
But with those, sometimes I drop a little water in Booker's.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well, we keep on rolling here on a Thursday morning. It is Bourbon Radio time, about 24 and a half before the hour. Got it in, didn't it, Tom?
You did.
Yeah. Our guest this morning is from bourbonblog.com, Tom Fischer. And Tom, welcome to WBRT. You may have been in this building before, no?
A little while back.
A little while back.
It's great to be
Prior to
back
me.
here.
You predate me into this building.
It's okay.
So we've tried to keep things and make a few improvements here and there. But glad to have you in town again for Bourbon Festival 2010. How many years have you been making it?
This is my 6th year to cover Bourbon Festival in some fashion. So
Okay.
we've been at this for a while, mixing media with bourbon and journalism.
Tell us a bit about what you've discovered in your 6 years of coming to Bourbon Festival about this industry.
So much of it to me is it's the people that have been so welcoming to me and to our team to capture. I mean, they're so accessible. You can get Jim Rutledge or Jimmy Russell, any of the master distillers, an interview with them and meet them. Even if you're just coming in as a guest, you can meet these people so easily. So part of it's the hospitality, it's the people, which I think make the bourbon taste better. And then it's the Americana, it's the American thing. No matter where I go, even people that don't really like bourbon, and even sometimes people that don't really even drink, I tell them, hey, we have bourbonblog.com. All of a sudden, that word bourbon to me just always, they always open up and they're, wow, that's America. That's part of who we are.
So we're partaking today.
Brought some bourbon in because I
Yeah.
figured there's nothing like, if it's bourbon radio time this week, there'd be nothing like having bourbon on the radio. So I don't know if if I do this, I don't know if people can hear it. The bourbon, probably not. But
Hey,
they could.
you called a little bit.
Did you
I
get
called
that?
a little
Okay.
bit, yeah. But what is this brand here?
This is Johnny Drum.
Okay.
Private stock. Really, really delicious bourbon. It actually won this past year's San Francisco World Spirits Competition. It won a double gold medal in San Francisco, which is really something to let people know. I mean, it's quite an accomplishment. So to me it's really nice. It has a lot of nice corn flavors on it. It has a really, you just do a little nose, and I get a nice sweet, almost candy corn off the nose, and it just has a really nice finish and flavor. And I think it's a great bourbon. Johnny Drum.
Johnny Drum.
You can put it in about anything.
Yeah.
Not much. I've even put it in oatmeal. I used to come in and
As
do
a
my
child?
own. No, actually, several years ago when I began this journey, I just decided I would put I saw some Evan Williams sitting on the counter, and I put it in oatmeal, and I put chocolate cinnamon on top, and I called bourbon oatmeal. And
That really sounds good.
it is good. Bourbon. It actually makes oatmeal have flavor, because oatmeal to me doesn't have
Really
flavor.
good.
So I'm the guy that puts bourbon on it.
Anything.
And you have so many listeners here that are listening right now that work in the bourbon industry. And I just want to say special thanks to all those people that have been here in Bardstown that have been so kind to us, like the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We really appreciate their hospitality. The executive director, Linda Harrison, it's her first year as executive director. She's doing a fantastic job, and everybody's just been so good to us. And we appreciate everyone in this town so much. But we want them to keep in touch with us on Bourbon Blog, and if they have stories they see that they think would be, that we're not covering, that they think would be worth telling from their point of view, we would certainly be open to that. And especially bourbon recipes. We have one of the largest collections of bourbon recipes online. We do bourbon recipes with food and bourbon recipes with drinks, so we would love to have them write in and share maybe some Bardstown secrets that we're not aware of, on how to make a certain pie, or I've seen it put in soup, I've seen it put in so many things. We tell people the reason we started doing this was the free samples, that kind of was the lure. They gave us enough bourbon, we just kept coming back, and then we saw there was a lot more.
Well, anything else we need to say? Let's talk about your radio.
Okay.
Bourbonradio.com.
Sure. And not to be your competitor, because I don't think I can compete with you, because you got Bourbon Radio Time, but I have bourbonradio.com, which actually, as far as we know, is the very first online radio station that is dedicated to a spirit. It is dedicated to bourbon. It is dedicated to drinking, to fun songs about whiskey, and it's a fun thing. We started with Slacker. We were partnering with Slacker.com to do that, and it's bourbonradio.com. You go there and you press play and you listen to a whole lot of bourbon songs on bourbonradio.com. And then we have interviews with a lot of those people that we're featuring there. Even like an artist named John Wesley Harding, who's a big bourbon fan he's actually from England, he's an English artist, but we have his music featured on there because he has taken such a step forward to say, I love bourbon. So, bourbonblog.com, a whole lot of great videos this week and throughout the year, and bourbonradio.com. Who knows what I'll do next?
You were filming last night, and you'll be filming at just about all these events?
Yeah, that's right. Got a great crew here with me. Michael Poole and Brandon Boyd. They are Kentucky filmmakers, and they are here joining us. Actually, Michael's filming this interview right now, which we can actually not only listen to this interview now, but you can see it later. We're going to have it on Bourbon Blog.
Well, glad to have you here. You've been here a lot longer than I have in attending this festival. I have made it about 4 years, because looking at the pins, I do have the first or second year that they started the pins,
right.
And I missed a year in there somewhere, but it's great to be a part of it, and so glad that you had the time to come by. And
thank you so much.
I also like what you bring when you come in.
Cheers.
So
Maybe they can hear that. They can hear us sip. But thanks for having me in. This has been a lot of fun. I'll be happy to come back and join you and talk about bourbon anytime.
So online, it's bourbonblog, BLOG.com.
That's right.
So that's our show for today. We're heading up towards the noon hour. We're glad to have Tom Fischer from bourbonblog.com, and you can also check out his take on music with bourbonradio.com right here from WBRT. Bourbon Radio Time, by the way, 11:57.